Hello, good morning, welcome back to Crafters TV. It's going to be a jam-packed day. He's back, the hottie Scotty's here. How are you?
Feels like forever since
Yeah.
I've been here. It's about, I don't know, a week or something since I've last been here, but here I am all day today with you.
Ready for it.
Pretty much all day tomorrow, minus softer side, of course. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We've got brand new launch coming up as well. It's all about our floral, aperture, mix and match, create a card dies.
My oh my, that's a mouthful.
These aren't just, but do you know what? These create beautiful cards. They are creative cards because you can create your card, but they're mix and match because this isn't one die. The left and the right are actually two separate dies, so you can have them side by side. This one with the floral, you might want on the opposite side as well. This bit with just the detail cut, you might want on that side as well. You might want them further apart. That's entirely up to you. That one we're going to demo when it comes to Wake Up Call. This one, this is actually using the same die but twice. This one actually has a dragonfly element to the side, but this is showing you the mix and the match. But of course, what you can do is create them into your box cards if you want to. You can go in with your easel cards, some lovely, lovely shaped cards. But then what you can also do, and we're going to demo this within the 2 o'clock show, 9 AM Eastern time, the actual launch day show, is of course, Joe, they're wafer thin dies. So that means you can use them on your foil press. So we're going to be showing you that within launch day. But the first two that I showed you are what we're going to demo within Wake Up Call.
Amazing.
And then we're going to do all the rest coming up in launch day.
Yeah, you've got loads of opportunities to see those in action, which is absolutely brilliant. So that will be coming your way 2 PM here in the UK, 9 AM on the East Coast, which is fabulous. Make sure you join myself and Craig for that. I need to tell you also that Creative Expressions are in the house. Whoop, whoop. He's back with us. Jamie Rodgers is here. How are you, Jamie?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, really good, thanks. Really excited to have you back in the studio with us. What can we look forward to from your shows today?
Oh, we've got loads to bring you. We have got Sue Wilson's latest Under the Water collection, or Under the Sea collection. We've got some glossy pastes by myself, and some brand new trio stencils to go through. So lots of tips and techniques to hopefully inspire you today.
Absolutely amazing. Jamie will be here in about 1 hour's time for the first of 3 airings throughout the day, which is really exciting. So then, of course, a little bit later, myself and Craig, we will be back with Cartload, which is going to be amazing. Some amazing deals on there, some best ever pricing as well, Craig. It's absolutely loads of bargains. The pencils are back as well, and a half price deal, which is awesome.
They are absolutely phenomenal. I know Joe will go through it, of course, but what I always say on the Thursday anyway is always go ahead to the website and shop ahead. Go into shop the shows. Easier for you to see what's on each show, but then grab everything, pop them into your basket. It's Thursday, it's Cartload. Do not miss out.
No, do not miss out. Loads of great deals coming for you in that. You can shop the shows through the day. You can also, of course, shop the day itself. All of that you'll find over on the website, craftscompanion.co.uk.eu. I also need to tell you about Throwback Thursday as well. 35% off Ultimate Pro and Ultimate Pro accessories over on the website. And I was thinking, Craig, on that note, wouldn't it be nice if we got some Throwback Thursday pictures in from our viewers?
That would be good.
Any of your retro pictures, any throwbacks that you want to send our way, we'd love to see some pictures. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk is where you can send them. You'll have to have a little look in your break, see if you can find some.
You've taken the words right out my mouth there. I'm going to have to do that just after. I think when Jamie comes on, in between this show and then launch day, I'm going to have a look back at my pictures and see what kind of throwback Thursday pictures I can find.
I'm sure you'll find some corkers in there. No doubt, I'll have a little look through the show as well. Let's just give you a heads up, because the Creative Expressions products have gone live over on the website, and they're very, very busy already. So here they are. This one here is the stencils that we have got for you by Jamie Rodgers. 15 stencils in total, and a brilliant price for you there as well. You're looking at $30.99, $49.49. That's a 10% saving. Already busy here. First time you've seen them, they're going to be absolutely glorious. So make sure you grab a hold of those. We also have something I haven't seen before, actually. Glossy glaze. Beautiful colours in this particular collection. All really sort of gorgeous pastels, which is lovely. $26.99, $40.49 is your price on those. Going to be great to work with those stencils that you saw a moment ago. The dies by Sue Wilson, Underwater Life. Look at that merman. Love a merman. $49.49 is your price here on these, or $85.99 if you are across the pond. So make sure you grab those. You've got 25 dies in there. Under the sea.
Under the sea.
That's where it's better, Craig. Down where it's wetter, apparently.
It's under the sea.
Under the sea. Scuba diving, turtles. You've got a little bit of everything. It's all, as you guessed, under the sea. You've even got crabs as well. $55.49 or $93.49 is your price there on those ones. Right, we're going to come back. Lots of you getting in touch already and saying a hi. A hi. Why did I say, can I get a hi? Kathy says, it's going to be one of those days. We had one of those days yesterday, Craig, and we're going to have another one today.
It's going to be good.
It's going to be really fun, really, really fun. Kathy says hello from Missouri. Hello, Kathy. Mary's in Wisconsin. Alison's in Brooklyn. Jerry's in North Carolina. Bethan saying hi as well. Val's in. I can see Rhiannon's in as well. She always is from Ballarat, Australia too. Let's have a look then at the brand new launch. Here they are. Floral Aperture Creator Card Die Collection with 23 elements. I must admit, when I first looked at these, I did not see about 80% of the possible ways of using them. It's only when Craig sort of took me through them this morning, and I thought they were great, but I just hadn't realised quite how many ways you can use these, and the value is off the chart as well. I'll quickly whiz you through what you're going to get in here. So you're going to get the butterfly hearts, which is this one just here. You have also got your spring blooms. This one here is your opulent dragonflies. You've got nouveau roses, floral arch, and then the floral delight in there as well. Under £40 or $50 for platinum members is sensazionale value for money. It really, really is. But Craig, just a quick one, like on these, I think they're brilliant if you use them in the sort of intended way that you would normally use a creator card. But when it comes to the ability to play around with these are kind of next level, aren't they?
They really, really are, because, you know, they are the creator card, but they are the mix and the match, because you can absolutely mix and match them. So use them both together, or use the left with the right, or the right with the left. But then what you can do is you can expand all the way along. So I've got some, well, the finished samples I've got are what the demos that we will do. Hopefully we'll get them all done between Wake Up Call and then launch day. But just quickly, before we go in, to show you, this is where you're going to start to use them. So you've got the two main dies. Now what you've got within all of these ones is your outside edge, the whole lot cuts in, and then you're going to find that the end of the die just goes to the end of the die. And then if you match them up while die cutting, what you're going to get is you're going to get that ability to cut into your card, because the outside edge, cutting edge, is on the inside, but this stays in place. So we're going to show you this one. This is what we're going to demo just shortly. So therefore it stays within your card, but then what happens is the aperture comes out. But then what you could do is, if you wanted to expand them that little bit further along, then what you can then do is kind of get that same effect, but then all that you would need to do with your craft knife or scissors, just cut along there to cut out that aperture, so you've got that longer piece that you can see here. What I'm going to do within one of the demos within launch day is show you how you can actually keep that aperture in place and create a big feature. But you could, if you wanted to, instead of using them both, flip that one over, so you're using the detail die in the same way. Or if you only wanted to use that one, you can absolutely use that one on its own and then flip it around.
Okay,
this is where you've got lots and lots of different ways in which you can use them. But then within each of them, you get some embellishment dies as well that are going to complement the main aperture die set. So for this one, what we are going to do is we're going to bring in a piece of, let's go in with our Centura pearl. This is our white. Now within this demo, I'm going to be using some of our metallic 12x12 patterned pad and some of our 12x12 vellum. These you will find on Shop the Day, or of course Shop the Show. They're on the launch day show, so you'll find these ones here. And then what I'm going to do, actually, I tell you what, I'm just going to take a very quick step back. Let's show you a few other finished samples just to give you that initial idea to start with.
Nice.
Because what you can then start to do is pop them into boxes because they're creating that aperture. So we're going to do this as a demo as well. And this is where all that's been used is that same outline die. So instead of using the dragonfly, what I've then done with that box is only used that side. So you can just use that side, or you can just use the dragonfly side, or of course you can use them together. So that's what we're going to do just shortly. But then let's show you a few that I didn't show you at the start here. Start to do your domes, start to do your concepts that you can see here as well. So if we tilt that forward, bring in your Ultimate Pro, your scoreboard, make a feature of it. Going to go in as well, this is using Floral one. So this is once again where we've done is we've used that same die and repeated it onto the opposite side. So you've got that options. Then I shared this on my social yesterday.
I love this one.
I done a card last week, just kind of getting into the celebrations of the Jubilee coming up. And many of you said, oh, Craig, would love to see a quick, a simple demo themed around the Jubilee, or of course, red, white and blue. That's what we're going to do with this
Only
one
4
here.
weeks away now, Craig.
Only 4 weeks, isn't it? Not that long to go whatsoever. Then, of course, we can use the foil press. So this is going on. All that took, Joe, was 8 seconds. And
wow.
We'll do this one within launch day. And then, although this one isn't finished, because I thought I'm going to tease you, use your Gildan flakes.
Nice.
So I will step you through this whole technique, and we'll finish it off as well during launch day later on, but start to use them with your Gildan flakes.
Those Gildan flakes, Craig, they are still available. They are in the shop the day category, I believe. And they're also on the homepage of the website. I know over 70% of the starter kit and the carnival had gone yesterday. I'll double check where the stock is at today. I don't think they're going to last till the rest of the week. I think we thought they'd be on Second Chance Sunday, but that's definitely not going to happen. Bethan says, Craig, you know what these dies give us, Joe?
They do.
Opportunity.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely, they do.
They do indeed. And
they're very opportunistic, aren't they?
They really, really are.
Get it? Yeah, okay.
I need to think of something else that we can work on with that one. But yeah, they absolutely do. Tongue in cheek, but you're right, they absolutely do give you all these opportunities.
I also didn't realise quite how matchy-matchy we are today, and it's not Wednesday.
Usually we wear the pink.
Usually we're pink on Wednesdays. But you know,
no.
we like to mix it up a bit. Variety is the spice of life, after all, Craig.
Exactly. And we just complement each other, which worked well because being on all day today as well, so it's going to be nice. I knew we were going to have fun until I walked into the building and started chatting to you, and I thought we're definitely going to have fun today. That's for sure. In the cheeky mood.
It's been a very, very fun week. Oh, sorry, I'm just getting me coffee.
Oh, you're
Sorry, I've got it.
Sorry, I'm just getting my tea.
Yeah. Mary Kay says, I think the thank you card is my favourite. So many possibilities with this collection. Did you get your containers, Craig? Asked Marsha.
I did indeed. I did. So I got the inexpensive one, name drop, of the supermarket. They're like £2 for £1. I know you'll be able to get them for $2 for $1 or $1 or whatever. Inexpensive containers, and I just pop each of my Gildan flakes in there. As many of you will already know, they do expand. So that's my best tip. Get the most inexpensive little container that you can do, decant it into, and then always have 1 or 2 spare, so that if you're starting to scrape off the waste or the excess, you can start to create your own colour tones as well. So yes, that's where I got my ones from.
Awesome. Any questions you've got about this launch, get them in. It's really busy on this already, as I knew it would be. They are available on a 2 for £18 or $23 as well. So you can get them like that or get the whole collection, but very, very busy already. Which one would you like to start with then, Craig?
So we're going to go in with one of the actual floral ones that we can see here. So I've only got the actual die background. I don't have the packaging.
Yes.
So I'm trying to see on at a distance. That top left-hand side one. That's
Floral Delight.
That's the one I'm going to be using.
Are they crocuses on there, do you think?
I'm not sure, actually. I suppose they
or
could
are they
be
thistles?
Well, I was about to say, I suppose they could be thistles as well. So if you want to do little bits of paper
Look, a wee bit
piecing.
Scotch, don't they?
A wee bit, yeah. A wee bit, Which actually, that reminds me, and I am going to demo, don't worry. Remember that, just talking about Scotland, I'm not sure if it was you or Ben, when we done the last foil press masterclass, we used the stag and I foiled the outline.
Yes.
Do you remember that, Johnny?
I do.
And then I actually foiled the stag. So what I've done is I've actually made that into a card. It's actually a birthday card from my stepdad at the start, well, in a week's time. So once he's got it, I'll share it online, because a couple of people asked me during the week, last week on social, what have you done with it? They'd like to see a finished sample. So that'll be next week. So just while we're talking about Scotland.
You should just take it back after, when it comes out of the mantelpiece, just take it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I won't take it back from him. I won't take him back, but I will share a picture. I have taken a picture. But here we go. Let's use whichever way you want to interpret this one. So I have cut my card to 4.5 by 3 3/4. So this is our white Centura pearl. And remembering, the edge of the die goes right to the tip of the die cut outline. So what I'm going to do is, if you want to do them separate, you absolutely can do, but I'm going to secure them in my low tack tape so I know that they're going to be nice and secure. So what I like to do is position it first of all so I kind of get that same distance all the way around, and then I'm going to tape into the middle. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same again within this one. So right to the tip of that die edge, I'm going to tape. And then for a little bit extra security, Joe, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape where the two dies meet, just so that they don't cross over or jump over. And then I'm going to go in with my junior, of course. You could be using the midi if you want to. You can do that, no problem whatsoever. Let that die cut through, and I am as well, where's my plate, I'm going to then run it through with the embossing mat. Feel that there's not lots of embossed detail within these dies, but it really is worthwhile just running it through again, and you then just get that nice fine curve of the edges. So the best way that I do it is take off my base cutting plate, pop in my rubber embossing mat, replace it, flip it over, and then take out my magnetic shim. Because remember, you never, ever, ever have your rubber embossing mat and the magnetic sheet in at the same time. Far too much pressure for any technique with the Gemini. It's just a no-no.
Rhiannon says, are all of the dies roughly the same size? I would say, well, kind of. I think the dragonfly one's a little bit bigger, isn't it?
Yeah, same with, I keep calling it the
Maybe
wing one.
the arch, the floral arch. The dragonfly and the floral arch are slightly bigger. So most of them are around about 2.2 by 3.2. And the floral arch is 2.2 by 4.1. And the dragonflies are 2.3 by 4.8. So
yeah,
they're all under 3 by 5.
And remember, Joe, because I've popped each edge of the die right to the side, that whole aperture has die cut out. But you could, if you wanted to, is if you expand it right across, I'm going to put it there to stop my plates from spinning around. But if I moved them across, what would happen is you'd have a join at the top and the bottom. So that's where you would then come in with your scissors or your craft knife. So you can absolutely make it longer into a DL card or a slimline card if you want to. But now that I've done that, I've taken a piece of our pattern foiled vellum, which you'll find on launch day as well. So it is on either shop the day, or if you want to go direct straight into the launch day show, just go into shop the show. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my tacky glue. And if you want to use your dotty tape runner or anything like that, then by all means you can do. As you know by now, as I always say, when I'm at home and I have a little bit more time on my hands, I do like to go in with my tacky glue, with my intricate pieces. And then all that I'm doing is I'm sketching over the back, Joe. I'm not actually going into each individual little piece, because your glue will spread out as you pop the pressure on. So it's enough to capture some of the back layer. And then I'm going to go with my foil side down, and then we're going to press. So if I turn that in, so what we're getting is that lovely design. It's cascading, up the way. If you wanted to flip that on the other side, what will happen is it would be coming down the way, so you're getting a nice complete, kind of hexagon circle, so to speak. But then all that I'm going to do is I'm going to press that on. And then I've taken a piece of my Centura Pearl. So this one here is from just one of our Centura Pearl
Is it the
bundles. So it's like a peachy pink.
Is it not mink?
No, mink is like a grey tone.
I think I'm thinking of something else.
Yeah, you're thinking of something else, yeah.
Mink is not what I was thinking of.
Mink is it is one of our colours, but that is more of a deep grey, browny, greeny tone.
It is a colour in Centura Pearl mink.
It is, yeah.
It is. Oh, okay, brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh, you should have heard the disgust coming from the gallery. It was like I thought I'd done a swear or something.
No. Mink is definitely a colour within our Centura Pearl range that you'll find on the website. But no,
Sarah Brown sent her throwback pictures in for us. We'll have a little look at those soon. She always comes through with the pictures, Sarah, doesn't she?
She does, doesn't she? Up and about early in the middle of the night.
It'll be about, I think it's about, I think it's not so bad at the moment because when our clocks go forward, Craig,
right,
the Australian clocks come back. So the time difference shrinks by 2 hours. And then in our winter, it's 2 hours longer. So I think it's about 9 hours difference at the moment. I could be wrong.
Yeah. Isn't it funny how usually, you know, the time differences, all fine, it's all good, we know them, no problem whatsoever. And all you need is for the American clocks to change or our clocks to change. And for a couple of weeks, it just totally throws us out of sync, doesn't it?
Do you know the weirdest one, Craig? We were talking about this last week, I think, or the week before, is that if you fly from Sydney to LA,
yeah,
it is a 12-hour flight and you arrive 4 hours before you left Sydney.
Wow.
I know. That's bonkers, isn't it? Absolutely bonkers.
That's bonkers to think that. Yeah. Gosh, you arrive before you've left. That's
yeah.
That is mental to
Madness.
think that, isn't it?
Alice Marshall wants to know, Craig, have you got any tips for cutting through acetate?
Cutting through acetate. I would always recommend the guillotine. But as long as you've got either the guillotine or good sharp scissors.
Yeah.
If you're referring to dyes, I would always pop in my metal shim.
Yep.
So I'm cutting into the metal shim with the acetate. However, I wouldn't recommend intricate dyes for acetate.
Right.
Give it a shot. You know, it's not going to do your plates or your Gemini any damage whatsoever. All that it will do is give more of an emboss effect. However, if you are wanting to cut your dyes into acetate, I would always use the metal shim.
Okay,
So if that's what you mean by the dyes, do it that way. But yeah, either guillotine or good scissors.
Any other questions you've got, get them into me. Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion over on YouTube. We want proper throwbacks, we want mullets, we want perms, we want baby pictures,
baby
flares,
pictures.
black and white photos, the works. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk.
I'm definitely going to have a look. Once Jamie comes on, I'm going to go through my photos, have a look and see what pictures I've got that I could send in.
So it felt more like a question than a statement, me giving that email address then, didn't it?
Didn't it?
It's studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk.
There you go.
It is, that is what it is. Brilliant. Okay, just
Yes.
checking. Wonderful. I couldn't remember it, Johnny. I'd forgotten for a moment. That's so easy.
.com.co.uk.
Yeah, that's it.
.eu.
.u.
Yeah, .u, Jimmy.
.cu.
.u, Jimmy. Totally. Yeah, Johnny, that's a Scottish email address.
Yeah.
Yeah. .u, Jimmy. There we go. So going in there with the aperture, so that aperture dye, so that's using them in the form of using both dyes together. But don't forget, you've still got your embellishment dyes that are going to work as well. But I've popped them in there with a piece of our acetate, no I've not, with our vellum that's on the launch day show as well. It's a 12x12 that just launched like a week or so ago. And I've used some of the 12x12 metallic pattern cardstock as well. So just bringing them all together, creating it in a simple form. But that's one of many ways in which you can use them.
Amazing. You're going to see so many demos throughout the day today because, of course, they're featuring in Wake Up Call right here, right now, but then also 2 p.m. here in the UK, 9 a.m. East Coast, 6 a.m. West Coast. Myself and Craig will be back, of course, with a full 2-hour showcase on these. Let me just take you back through then exactly what you are getting in here. You have got the butterfly heart, which is a really cool one. I loved all the liftable details as well within there. Then you've also got your spring blooms. Again, you've got the liftable elements there within the flowers. You've got your opulent dragonflies. It's a really cute one. I can see photos being really, sort of working really well behind there.
Absolutely.
Nouveau Roses, that one. Then you've also got your floral arch. And you've got this one here, which is your Floral Delight. $47.99 or $61.95 is your price out on those. Brilliant value, getting 6 brand new dies for collections, in fact, because as a platinum member, you're looking at under £40 or under $50, which is exceptional value. Let's go and have a little bit of a scooch forward and have a little look at some bits that are coming up on the later Carlo show. A lot of you in the comments are asking me about mystery bags. I need to tell you already that the Hunky Dory mystery bag is limited stock.
Not surprised.
Limited stock. Let me take you through what you're getting in here. So you're going to get this first, which is Amongst the Flowers. A really lovely sort of big creator card style die in there. This is fantastic. This is $14.99. That should be on its own. So, I mean, for the extra £10 you're paying, you're getting the rest of it included. In fact, if you were in the US, that was $21.99 that's worth, almost the cost of the bag. You've also then got some beautiful backgrounds in here. So you've got your Country Escapes inserts. You will get the Eastern Wishes paper pad as well, the Slim DL one. Love that. Also the tag pad. You'll get the tag pad in Floral Elegance. And you're also going to get this, the Little Book of Little Angels. They are absolutely cram-packed full of value there. You would be looking at over £50 or almost $80 if you were to buy that.
That is mental,
yeah,
man.
Exceptional value. £20, $20 if you're a platinum member. However, there's less than 50 of those to go around. Less than 50. So if you want, it definitely won't be here, Craig, later.
Well, just thinking, you know, straight away, if you were to go into a craft store that sells Hunky Dory, the little books are $9.99 on their own.
Absolutely.
If you go into a craft store, so with that price there.
Let's move on. Let's have a little look at some double-sided dies as well. I don't know why I've got a stamp in there. I don't think that's meant to be in there. We'll get rid of that. There's less than 100 of these to go around. The value on this is $50.97 or $59.93. And you've got 3 amazing dies in here, 3 amazing edgeables. Oh, two amazing edgeables, which are these two. So you've got the Fleur de Lis and the Lily Border. The Lily Border is one of my all-time favourite dies that we've done. I absolutely adore that. And then you've got this one, which is your Pretty Posy. And again, the value is excellent here. The Pretty Posy is $24.99 or $30. It's a whole cost of the bag, which is brilliant. Snap those up. That's going very quickly already. And then, ooh, this one's juicy. Also less than 100 of this one to go around. See the size of this stencil, Craig?
It's huge,
What a whopper that is. Look at it. So you've got a massive stencil in here. That one is worth $7.99, that. Let's have a little look what else we've got in here. Oh, gosh. There's some really good ones, isn't there? Let me share. Oh, I don't know which one. I don't know which one to go. I don't know which one to show you. Here we go. Have a look at this one, the Provence frame. Ooh. I'm off to Provence next month. Yeah. On my holidays.
On your holidays?
Yeah.
How long are you going for?
I can't wait. Sorry?
How long are you going for?
3 or 4 nights. Haven't decided yet.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, but I'm definitely going.
You're definitely going?
Definitely going with some friends from Australia, yeah.
Oh,
It's really lovely.
Nice.
That is worth $12.99 on its own. Wee. Then, let's show you what else we've got. This one here is wonderful. Beautiful butterflies in here. This is jam-packed full, this one, isn't it? We've also got something from the Fairy Garden. Now, Craig, this is a blast from the past. That is amazing. I absolutely love that one. Then you have also got a folder and a stencil in that one just there from Sharon Callis's range.
Wow.
We've got, Winter White.
Winter White in
This
there.
is rarer than hen's teeth, as Arlie Ann would say, the Winter White. It really is.
Good for all throughout the year.
And this one as well, Positive Thoughts. You get that one there too. What a great selection that is. £20 or $20 as a platinum member.
From Positive Thoughts and a 3D embossing folder.
Yeah.
That's good.
Brilliant.
Really,
and stencils
really
in there, massive stencils as well. Brilliant bag. Really lovely mixture in that one just there. So definitely snap that up. What else we got? Oh, Sarah Brown says she's also sending one from the 70s now as well. She's on a roll, is Sarah. She really, really is. Please be quick for all of those mystery bags. They're very busy. But the Hunky Dory one, I was actually less than 30. Less than 30. There's almost as many people trying to get hold of the Hunky Dory one as we've got stock available. So you will need to be quick. Next up, we're going to have a little look at colour blend pencils,
this
Craig.
One, when Johnny said to me this morning, both of us said,
Yeah,
is that correct?
believe
Johnny
it.
went and checked.
So you're paying for 2, and we are sending you 4. What's so special about these pencils, Craig?
It's pencil format, of course, but it's the consistency, it's the way that they have been created, manufactured from Spectrum Noir, headed up by Leanne, of course. But then what you can do is you can then blend them together. You get that seamless blend. You're not getting any scratching like you would find by your inexpensive pencils out there. So if you love that blending for them, you're maybe just not overly comfortable with alcohol colouring and blending. With these ones, you get a beautiful, beautiful blend standalone. Start to incorporate your blending solution, which is just your, oh, look at that. Which is your blending solution, and then you can get an even more seamless blend as well. 2 colours, 3 colours, colour families. These are so, so good. Lots and lots of ideas across on our YouTube.
Brilliant, and lovely to use with your alcohol colouring as well, aren't they? Which I think sometimes,
Beautiful.
you don't think about doing.
Yes.
I think sometimes pencils we think of, because we use them as a kid at school, we think about them as being an inferior colouring medium almost to the more serious, what we think about being more serious, like the watercolours and alcohol. But they're absolutely fabulous. So I'll hopefully show you some of the imagery that's been coloured with those a little later in the show. They should be £100 or $140. However, £40 as a platinum member today, or $55. Absolutely brilliant value for money. Right, any questions you've got, keep getting them into me, and I will get Craig to answer them. I need to share with you, is it these ones, Johnny? These ones here? No, not those ones.
I think these
Birthday
are
flowers!
birth month,
These ones,
yeah.
I know what these are. What is wrong with me?
Yes.
I was talking about, excited I was about these earlier today during our prep, but 10 cents left of the 12. So that's why we're giving you a 75% saving.
Yeah.
So snap them up. I always think, Craig, these would be brilliant to get you out of, when someone comes to you, you must get this all the time. I need you to make a card for my Auntie Mildred.
Yeah.
And you go, what's your Auntie Mildred into? What sort of thing does she like? And she goes, I don't know, I don't really like her. I haven't seen her for 4 years. I just need a card. But it doesn't give you much to work with, does it? No. Whereas these, everyone's got a birthday month, so it gives you sort of a good starting point. Maybe for people you don't know that well that you need to make cards for, I think these could definitely get you out of a hole.
Absolutely, because they'll say exactly what you've said, and then I'll say to them as well, okay, when do you need it for? And they'll say, Friday. It's like, oh, thanks, this is now Wednesday. But yeah, absolutely correct in what you say as well. Yes, they are the florals, but then all you need to say to them is, what month? Obviously, you'll know if they've given you the date. And you just use the one that matches their birth month. And then colour them in, whether it is alcohol, aqua, or if you have got those colour blend pencils.
Perfect for that, aren't they?
As well.
And I guess the other great thing is, you don't need to use them in the sort of birth month format. I think it's a really lovely story. They're just great quality stamps that you've got there. So make sure you're getting them. You do get the dies to go with them as well, which you're not seeing on these boards. 42.47, 49.87. That saves you. Just take a moment here. It saves you £127 or $149. And platinum members will get another £8.40 or just under $10 off of that price as well.
That's good.
Amazing, amazing value. It really is.
You do know that here in the UK that are looking for a new presenter countdown.
Oh, are they?
Now I know it's.
What, are you trying to get rid of me now?
I know it's.
Did you know that McDonald's are recruiting? That's what it's like saying. I can get you a job elsewhere.
That was actually meant as a compliment.
I know it was. Sorry, I twisted it around.
Yeah.
I could see me as the next Rachel Rodgers.
Yeah.
Do you reckon
Riley.
Rachel
Who's
Oh, I don't
Rachel
know. Because
Rodgers?
Jamie said, I was about to say is she related to Jamie, but no, her name's what?
Right.
Oh.
Although, to be fair,
I used to work with the Rachel Rodgers.
did you?
Yeah.
I know who you mean, yeah. To be fair, yeah, it's not the maths whiz that they're replacing, it's actually the presenter. But
Oh, the actual presenter?
yeah, Anne
Widdecombe.
Anne Robinson.
Oh, is she? She's only been there a hot minute, isn't she?
exactly, yeah. Yeah, she's
Oh.
now giving it up. So, do you know what I mean?
If anyone's got any connections at Channel 4,
There you
I mean,
go.
I could maybe just do the days off I don't do here.
There you go.
Yeah, so you could do a part-time
So you do want the job.
Now I didn't realise Craig was trying to get rid of me. Yeah, I'd quite like the job now, I think. I'll have...
As if, Joe.
well, I can't remember which... They don't really have any sayings, do they?
What?
I've started till I finished. That's not a countdown one, is
Yeah,
it?
you could be the clock.
It could be the clock. It is a massive clock, to be fair.
Or-
Right, let's move on, because we're going to get each other in
Or
trouble.
today's crucial countdown conundrum.
Today's
That's one of the sayings that
crucial
they say.
countdown conundrum is... Someone's just wait in the comments. You could be the clock. Ha 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 ha. Right, what are we doing, Johnny? Gonna go back to the floral apertures. Amazing. It's a great plan. Right, just quickly whiz you back through exactly
Good
what
idea,
you're
good
getting here.
idea.
Best way to get the best value is to get all of them. Remember, any two for £18 or $23. You've got the butterfly hearts. You've also got the spring blooms. You've got the opulent dragonflies. You've got the nouveau roses, the floral arch, and boom, the floral delight. See, that is my audition. My audition for the part of Clock in tonight's performance will now be played by Joseph Remblance. Right, back to you, Craig.
Oh, let's go for it. Right, let's have a look at the dragonflies here, which, if you guys stateside, will work really well with the Sarah signature that you got here in the UK. Hang fire, but it would work lovely for something coming soon. But let's go in, let's make a box this time. Let's make a shaker box. So what I've got is my
Shaker box.
see shaker card or shaker anything, you can't help but do and sing a little bit of Taylor Swift, can you? But this is our white multi-purpose card, 6.5 inches by 7.25. I am going to score it, but let's ink it up first of all. And I'm going to go in this time with our pigment ink pads. All that I'm doing is a little bit of blending. And this is also to show, usually we will always show and explain how you would use the pigment ink pads to stamp or blend and put embossing powders over the top. But you can absolutely use them as a standalone ink pad to blend with. You do need to either heat set it or let them dry naturally because they stay open longer. In other words, they stay wet. That's how your embossing powders stick to them. But we are going to go in. And all that I'm doing, Joe, is I'm going in with our ocean blue, and I'm also going to go in with our plum jam, and selective certain pieces of my cardstock I'm going to go in. And I'm not concerned, although I'm getting a nice smooth blend, I'm not overly concerned if I get any harsh lines to it, because it can add to the effect. But we're going to go in, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in, I'm going to use this scrap piece that I was using to kind of clean off my blending pad. And I'm going to go in and then use that as a base to protect, well, I was about to say protect my fingers. It's not necessarily to protect my fingers, it's to protect my cardstock so my oily fingerprints don't start to
Your greasy
transfer.
fingers.
Greasy fingers. So that's all that I'm doing to hold it down.
Christine says, how can you flip the design ones without one of them being upside down? Is there a way to do that? Ask Christine Mahoney.
So that's a really, really good question. So a couple of them, for instance, let's say the love heart anyway. So to get it in the same direction, you would have to cut it from the opposite side.
Okay, look.
So die cut the heart on one side, flip it over, die cut the heart on the other. If you're not overly keen with having that nice smooth cut on one side and then that little bit of a roughness, what you can do is run it through your Gemini with the embossing mat to kind of flatten it out
a bit, yeah.
So that's how you would do the design that you want to have, facing the same way. But a couple of them, like I'm away to show you just now, where we're going to use the dragonfly, but all that I'm going to use is this die, Joe. So this is all that we're going to do is cut one and then turn it around and cut it the other way.
Okie
So
doke.
a couple of them you can do no problem on that same side of the card. A couple of them you'll need to do on the opposite side. But then just give it a little bit of an emboss afterwards with your embossing mat to kind of smooth out your die cut edges.
Fabulous. I hope that helps.
Hopefully.
Lisa says, when is Joe going to Provence? Is that where he said he was going on holiday? It was Brussels I went to on holiday. That was last weekend. I'm going to Provence on the 15th of June, maybe, something like that. I've actually got quite a bit of time off in June, Craig.
Have you?
I'm off for 3 weeks from the middle of June, yes. And also, Debbie Fisher's off for 2 weeks just before me. So me and Debbie are not going to work together for something like 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Which is bonkers, isn't it?
Well, I'm off. So Debbie's off, and towards the end of Debbie's holiday, I'm off for like a week and a bit.
Yeah, so we must be off at the same time.
And then I'm just back, and then I'm off for another few days because my mum and stepdad, they're going away for a few days. So I'm going back to Scotland to dog sit Clemmy.
Ah,
so that's
nice.
like into the start of June. So
it's definitely holiday season, isn't it, coming
It
up
is,
here
isn't
in the UK? So yeah, we all like to take our holiday just whilst we're trying, you know, whilst there's a slight possibility that the weather might be good, we will take advantage,
apparently
full advantage
it's meant to be
of that.
good here next week.
I'm off next week because, of course, it's Eurovision next Saturday, Craig.
Already?
Yeah, so it's going to be glorious.
I think I might be in next weekend, Johnny. It's either next weekend or the weekend after I'm on.
Yeah. It's actually going to be lovely on Monday this week as well.
Is it?
This coming Monday is going to be gorgeous. It's going to be, I'm going to Norfolk for the day, and it's going to be like 22 degrees apparently. I'm going to get my tootsies out, my little trotters out, and put them in the
Your
sea.
tootsies. Oh, that'd be nice. Get a bit of suntan.
Yeah.
Suntan on the feet. What are you up to this weekend? Because tomorrow's real Freak Friday for you, isn't it?
It's Fake Friday, Real Friday, special edition. But yeah, I've got a busy
Special
weekend.
edition.
I've got a busy work end. I've got some other jobs
Ah,
on,
right, okay.
some little bits and bobs over the weekend, so I should be working.
Is that when you're auditioning for Countdown?
You could be.
Could be.
It could be. Yeah, we're going to be all over all over shoppingtelly.com before you know it. This rumour. Yeah, and I've got Tuesday because Eurovision semi-final 1 Tuesday, of course.
Right. Okay.
Semi-final 2 Thursday, and then I've taken Saturday as a holiday next
Okay.
weekend, so I can obviously dedicate the whole day to Eurovision.
To the hot, yeah.
Yes, I'm going to a Eurovision brunch event in Manchester in the afternoon first. From about 11 till about 3, and then I should go home and start preparing, ready for the show. Some people keep asking me, do I have a big Eurovision party? Absolutely not. I have a very small, select few people over, Craig, and there is to be no talking whatsoever.
Is it? Is that
One
a rule
friend
that you've
was
got?
ejected from my apartment last year because we were only allowed 6 people around at the time anyway, weren't we?
Yeah.
And it turns out 6 people is too many people. So, yeah, my friend Lee was asked to leave after about 20 minutes. So I actually kicked him out, yeah. So this year I'm just having 2 friends over, a few less people, and there'll be a big old bag of shush for everyone. That's what the snacks will be.
Have you sent like an invite that has the rules?
Sorry?
Have you sent an invite that's got the
No,
rules?
I'll only invite people that know the rules now. Like, I can't, it's too important for me to be explaining the rules to people. Yeah,
Right,
I need to be
okay.
confident they're going to be quiet and watch it. I'd quite happily watch it on my own, to be honest.
Yeah.
But for some reason, my friends want to watch it with me. And I'm like, no, I don't want to watch it. Not with you.
Just as long as they don't speak.
Yeah.
That's the key thing, isn't it? No speaking. I get that though. When there's something that you really, really love, let's say
I've had a bit of
WrestleMania.
Sounds like I've had a bit of truth juice today, doesn't it? Can't shut me up.
You're spilling all the details now, Joe.
Anne says, good morning, Joe, Craig, and all from North Norfolk.
Oi!
Anne, where in North Norfolk are you? I was literally just saying I'm going to be in North Norfolk on Monday. I'm going for lunch in Burnham Market. Let me know. Let me know where you are. Don't let me know about lunch. But you could join me for lunch if you want.
Treat you for lunch. Could be a treat. So all that I'd done there was using my 2 colours. I inked up my background, and then I went in with my scoreboard and I scored it 1 inch all the way round, and I've done that on the box lid side. And because this is a little bit bigger than my junior plates, or for my junior, what I've done is I've just quickly jumped over into my large Gemini, and we're going to run that one through. So still just using my junior plates, but running them ones through. And then this is where once that's cut, what we can then do is just turn that die in the opposite direction. So let's take this one. And you'll probably notice what I done was I went in and I inked first of all. And that's because if I die cut first, then went to ink, I know obviously I've gone and inked this area and it's going to come out, but it's easier because if I was to ink after I've cut, there's a chance that you're going to snag all the edges with your blending pad because you've got little filigree detail. So therefore, I just find it easier to do all the inking first. So we can take this one out. And if you are using your pigment ink pads or even your water reactive ink pads, just be careful because your ink stays open longer, your low tack tape won't be as effective on it. It's going to naturally just want to pop off. So all that I would do is still use your tape, get it into place, and just be careful when you're popping it onto your cutting plates to run it through. And then all that I've done there is right at the edge of the die, I've gone and matched up right where that die cut ends, and then we can go in. And because I'm doing a cut on each side, I'm not going to worry about going in with my embossing mat, but you can do. And then what this one does is, similar to before, that's going to create that lovely aperture. So as you said, be really nice for a frame. You know, if you want to frame a photo.
Yeah, perfect.
Maybe put it in one of your scrapbook pages, something like that. But then all that we need to do is just pop this one off, take that one off, and then we're just going to manipulate that out. You know, and even that...
That's really beautiful decorative element, isn't it?
Really nice. So keep a hold of it. Sentiment in the middle, on the front of a card. That's all you need to do. So in actual fact, I am going to keep that element. But then all that I can do now is I'm going to pop these bits out, Joe, and then I'm going to back the back in with some of our acetate.
Fabulous, absolutely fabulous. Any questions you've got about these or anything else in the show, get them into me. Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafter Companion on YouTube. Remember, there's going to be a full 2 hours of these as part of a 3-hour show coming your way from 2 p.m. today here on Crafters TV, which is 9 a.m. East Coast. And then we've got Cartload as well this evening.
We do, don't we?
6 p.m. in the UK, 1 p.m. on the East Coast, 10 a.m. West Coast, with no less than 6 best ever pricing deals for you as well. So make sure you join myself and Craig for that. It's always fun, isn't it, that Craig show? That show, Craig?
That Craig show. It's my favourite show. You know,
Debbie was saying yesterday it's your favourite of all the shows.
What was that, sorry?
Debbie was saying yesterday that it's your favourite of all the shows.
My favourite. Yeah. You know, don't get me wrong, I love our master classes where I get to go step by step and show you what you can do. But I love that fast-paced
Craft
element.
along you love as well, don't you?
Craft along. That's I would potentially say that's maybe my second favourite show, the Craft Along. But yes, with the Cartload, I think it's that factor of it can be so quick and fast-paced, but then you guys at home get some incredible bargains as well. Some of them are the best prices that we've ever seen. Some of them we've not seen for a while. Sometimes it's a good couple of months. So it's a really, really good show to be part of.
I don't think many of those mystery bags are going to make it to that Cartload, though. Well, the Hunky Dory one is definitely not going to make it to the later show. The other two, it's kind of touch and go as well. So if you do want those, I would urge you to definitely check them out.
And remember, with the other ones as well, Joe, is they're all non-consumable items. So if they're going to last you a lifetime, you look after them, absolutely going to last you a lifetime. So what I've done there is I've gone in and I've just cut in little tabs there so I can create my box. But what I want to do is I want to go in and before I assemble the actual lid, and just to say what I've already done is I've done the base. Same size as the lid, 6.5 by 7.25. I've scored it 1 inch, but I've done that on the box base side of our scoreboard. And let's just line my red liner tape up, and I'm going to manipulate it round some of the way. You can.
Very busy on these, Craig.
I am not surprised. I think it's one of those things where you need to see the boards and you need to hear the explanation as to what you can do with them. Because even as a crafter, you may look at them at first and think, okay, create a card dies, is that just the shape of them? Is that just the design? But then when you realise that you can mix and match them, you can change the width apart of each of the frame dies. They are very, very versatile in the things that you can do. And if you back them with your Gilding Flakes that we'll do on launch day, you can do that. If you then start to use them on the foil press, you can then do that as well. And then, as I've always said as well, your dies can be embossing dies as well. You don't have to die cut them. Just go through your Gemini with your embossing mat, and then you get all that lovely embossed detail.
Amazing. Very, very busy on these. I think just exactly what you said there, and I think they're going to get busier and busier, Craig, the more ways you show us to use them as we go through the next couple of hours.
Absolutely.
Of course, because we've got 2 full hours coming up. Will these be on the first 2 hours at 2, Johnny, or is it going to be first and last? Brilliant. So later today, then, in our launch day, we'll have 2 p.m. myself and Craig for an hour, which is 9 a.m. East Coast. 3 p.m. we'll have Creative Expressions for an hour, which is 10 a.m. East Coast. And then at 4 p.m. we'll have another hour of this launch, which is 11 a.m. on the East Coast. What a great day it is. Eight whole live hours of crafty telly coming your way
Brilliant,
today.
isn't it? So much idea and inspiration. And then what you can start to do is when I show you techniques, even with this box here, with your inking, or any of the techniques in launch day, really, really focus, and I know you all do this anyway when Jamie or Gwen are on, really focus on what those guys are doing and how you can incorporate their techniques in with our dies as well. So if you see Jamie with the techniques he does later on, you can start to incorporate these with the dies too. So lots and lots of opportunity.
Hey. Very opportunistic.
Yes. I'm going to have to think of something else for
Good,
later
I
on.
can't believe it took me that long to come up with the second instalment of that terrible, terrible joke. Anne is in West Runton near Sheringham. She says, enjoy your lunch. Thanks, Anne. Alison's a bit late joining, just finishing a card for a friend, a 50th card for a friend's daughter. Oh. And Alison sent in a picture of when they were 6 years old as part of Throwback Thursday. We're going to share some of those pictures with you really shortly. And remember, 35% off a selection of Ultimate Pro goodies over on the website. So do go check those out.
So good. So good. And then think of the concept cards now you're going to do with your aperture dies going to your Ultimate Pro or anything like that, and then start to create your envelopes with them. They all tie together. But then there we go, just sandwiching your acetate. That was just some of our clear sequins. It was actually our mixed sequence pack, to be precise, and created our shaker.
Amazing.
So then what I'm
Shaker
doing
box.
with this one, because I've used my red liner tape, Joe, because once again, going back to the fact that the pigment ink pads stay wet longer, if I was to use some of my dry adhesives, they could just start to prise away really, really quickly. So therefore, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Collal tacky glue, and then that just means it's going to dry into the fibres of the cardstock, and then it's going to be really strong, it's going to be robust, and then it just means you can get on with finishing your project. But going in, keeping in mind, I used that same die on the opposite side, whereas you could be coming in with the dragonfly and using that one as well. You've got your little embellishment dragonfly. You can be adding, which we will do. I've already cut one, but you can be using that to embellish. If we take all of that one, let's take that, let's press that, just so it's nice and firm. And then what we can do is we can go in and we can then finish off our box base. So I've already scored them at that inch. And then what I'm going to do is, before I go in and assemble this, I've taken another piece of our 12 by 12 metallic patterned mirror card, and I've cut it just big enough to sit into the middle of the base. So because I used the mixed sequence, which has got a clear aspect to it, what's going to happen is then that's colour from the silver is going to bounce off some of the sequins in the shaker. So let's go in, and then we can then simply finish this box.
Amazing, really is cool. And I think if you've just, I mean, tip of the iceberg really in this show, Craig, isn't it? The versatility of what you can do with these. But make sure, if you're maybe sat on the fence about these, make sure you join us for that later show, because you're going to see so many other great examples of how you can do this. Craig was taking me through and showing me some of his demos earlier, and they are absolutely fantastic.
Do you know what's lovely as well? And I'm thinking more for you guys stateside because of the cost of postage. It's lovely to have a create a card die, but being able to make your smaller cards and projects. You can absolutely make that on a bigger scale if you wanted to, but by being able to make lovely, delicate cards in a small forum, you can absolutely do that. And then this is one of the dragonfly from your separate embellishment die. I've cut it out into what was a spare bit of that metallic card underneath. And although I've used a foam pad, same idea, so that my foam pad sticks longer to my cardstock that's inked, I've popped a little bit of our tacky glue. And let's go in and just press on that for a few moments. And then that will have given us create a card and then a box. So two different ways, so card and box, but then this is using it, let me put it that way, this is using it in the form that maybe they're intended, using both dies together, but then this is then showing you how you can use just one of the dies. Keeping in mind, you can then expand that all the way along, so it could be longer if you wanted to, that's up to you. But two, simple forums and how you can use them. But then within the 2-hour kind of slot that I'll have within launch day, we'll show you different ways, concept ways, easel ways, on the foil press, the gilding flakes, lots of different things and ways that you can use them.
Absolutely. There are those gilding flakes still available over on the website. They're all in stock at the minute. I think today could be the last day for some of those. Let me run through exactly what you're getting included within here. So you've got the butterfly hearts. Then this one here is your spring blooms. Quite a lot of embellishing dies in the spring blooms, isn't there? You could definitely see you maybe using those liftable elements on their own if you so wish. Then you've got the opulent dragonflies. This here is your nouveau roses. You've then got the floral arch and also the floral delight. $47.99 or $61.95. You guys have been sending in your throwback pictures. Let's have a look at these. I don't know who that guy is on the left there. That's Sarah Brown sent that one in to us. What amazing. She also sent that one in as well. Thank you for those, Sarah. I look brilliant in those pictures. There she is as a youngster. Oh, wow. I love that one. How cool is that? That was back in the 70s. Terry sent this one, next one in. Is this Terry and her family, I'm guessing? Back in 2017. Keep getting your throwback pictures in. Sorry, I'm really good at that today, aren't I? I really nailed the walking off just as you come back to me. We are going to take a super quick break. I'll be back on the other side of this with Jamie talking all things creative expressions. Don't go anywhere.
I'll see you at 2 o'clock.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash. Draw, decorate, and customize your world with the colorful Spectrum Noir acrylic paint markers. Each premium paint marker gives opaque coverage on ceramic, glass, wood, and let's not forget paper, cardstock, and canvas. These versatile markers are filled with highly pigmented premium water-based paint, offering beautiful, rich, and smooth coverage. The colors can be blended together, and the fast-drying opaque paint is ideal for layering. A 3mm bullet tip offers smooth strokes, and a precision valve mechanism allows rich and consistent flow with no clogging. Quick buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges, and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95, and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members, who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you, and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Very, very busy first half of this wake-up call this morning. Craig will be back with myself and that brand new launch at 2 p.m. here in the UK, which is 9 a.m. over on the East Coast. But he is here, he is back. Jamie's in the building. How are you, Jamie?
I'm all right, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, really good, thanks. Really excited
Good.
to see all of the new goodies that you've bought. There's quite a selection of stuff today, isn't there?
We have a lot today, yes. We've really chocked in sort of double the amount of stuff we normally bring you. So hopefully, yeah, lots of temptation, lots of inspiration, hopefully.
Amazing. Very, very busy already, especially on the stencils that I'm about to take you through. Firstly, stencils, I love these because there's so many of them, firstly. It's like 3 in each packet, which is always nice. Stencils, Jamie, that you think one of those things that maybe a little bit underrated these days, a bit of an unsung hero.
Absolutely. When you think we can use them as embossing folders, we can use them with your texture paste, your Pixie powders, your misters, your inks. There is so many things we can do with these. Hopefully at some point today I'll also show you a technique where we sort of letterpress with them as well. I'll show you how we can achieve the effect on the boards that Joe's showing you at the moment by embossing them. Yeah, so many ways we can use these.
Yeah, really, really brilliant. 6 brand new designs in here for you as well, which is incredible. Used as an embossing folder on the mirror card, they look amazing. I do need to let you know, I mentioned these for about 6 seconds earlier, and a fifth of the stock has already gone. Wow. And they only went live just before we came live at 11 a.m. So very, very busy on there. They are going to go super, super quickly. Really excited to see what Jamie's going to do with those. Next, though, we're going to look at these. Jamie always brings us, look at the... Can we just take a moment to appreciate how incredible these boards are that Jamie brings us? It's amazing. I feel like I'm in a little craft store. I love it. We're going to talk about this, though, glossy glaze. And Jamie, this is something I haven't seen before. I'm not familiar with this at all. So how are we going to use this?
This is a brand new invention between myself and the wonderful team at Cosmic Shimmer. We have an amazing chemist called Lucy who works tirelessly to come up with these ideas and help us bring our ideas to reality. And this is a gel medium which is really subtle. So when we put it for our stencils, you're going to see a really subtle shade. It's very translucent. It's water-based, so we can mix it with water if we want to. We can paint with it. We can do all of them techniques with them as well. But just, yeah, hopefully very elegant, very subtle. But also a really good place for you to build to. So if you want to put in glitters or Pixie powders and add more colour and depth to them, absolutely fine. Feel free to do that too.
Amazing. Elegant and subtle, 2 words that's often used to describe me, James.
Absolutely.
Elegant and subtle, yeah. Let me take you through the colours you've got then on here. So you've got the Inspired Lilac. I'm loving the names, the names of these colours. You've got the Honeydew Melon, which is this one here. You've got your Daydream Yellow, The glossy glaze this is a fresh air blue, like a walk along the seaside, along the prom.
Absolutely, that's probably our lightest shade, the fresh air blue.
Yeah,
that one's really
lovely.
subtle.
Spring mint, which is that one there. That's what Johnny has in his mojitos, and also the blush pink there too. So you're going to get all 6 of those colours for $26.99, $40, $49. Am I right in thinking a fifth of the stock of these has also gone? They're amazing value, amazing value. They are 50ml pots and you're getting 6 in there. So you're looking at under £5 per item. Platinum members getting even better deal, just about £3.40 for Platinum members per pot. Brilliant, brilliant value. We are going to go under the sea, Jamie, is where we are going next. Which is this the one with the merman in it, Johnny, we're looking at first? Amazing. We don't see enough mermen, as far as I'm concerned, Jamie.
We don't.
What do you think?
Absolutely not. These are too rare. So this is a good die set to get hold of so you can start bringing them back.
Yeah, it really is cool. I love this. Loads in there for you again. The amount, I'm not sure if you can really pick up on it there. I'm sure we will in the demo. The level of embossing on these is off the chart, isn't it?
Sue's dies are just incredible. She designs them in such a way to include so many intricate pieces, and especially some of her recent releases, as you mentioned, the embossing detail is off the scale, and especially with these ones, they are stunning.
Fun in the sun. That's what our Charlotte's having. She's meant to be in today. Charlotte, Vision Mixer Charlotte. She's just flown off to Menorca.
Oh,
she's been winding us up about it all week. Yeah.
Don't blame her.
I love that. Love you. You got to the beach and back. That's fabulous.
Well, Sue's very good at these. So these are your sort of duo sentiments. So you can put one on the outside of the card, one on the inside of the card maybe. One on your gift tag, one on the card front. So it all sort of coordinates together.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And I guess it doesn't have to be under the sea. Elements of this,
Not
you
at
can
all.
change the colour, can't you? And use them in lots of different ways. That was your aquatic plants, and then you've got that amazing frame there, which is again going
This one's very snippable as well. It's like, I know you can't really see them too well on the screen, but there's so many embossed shells and pieces on the bottom of that one. There is a sample where Sue's actually trimmed them all out and used them as single items, so there's no reason why you can't do that with them as well.
Look at some of these gorgeous makes that have been done using these as well. I mean, they are absolutely stunning. That one is incredible. This is beautiful.
That's stunning, isn't it? This is the one that I was on about. All of those shells and bits come out of that frame.
Oh, really?
So Sue has literally just trimmed them out and layered them up. So you don't just look at it as a frame, lots of snippability.
Oh, that's amazing. Can't wait to see those demoed a little later. Let's just put those back. We've got one more under the sea sort of themed one. Big set of dies, this one. This next one here. I'm thinking this would be great for scrapbooks as well, because you've got sort of, it's like quite travel themed, this one, isn't it? You've got lots of different bits in here. So you've got your scuba diver. That's your that one is called scuba diver, funnily enough. This one here is under the sea creatures. I love this. The seahorse is adorable.
It's very cute,
So
and
cute.
again, a lot of embossing on these. It's like the sea turtle, so easy to just go over that with our polishes that we've brought you on today's show and add a hint of colour, or you can go in with your alcohol markers if you wish to, paint palettes, whatever you wish, but you can make some stunning creations.
Absolutely. You've got crabs, you've got turtles, fish, seahorses, lobsters, it's all going on in there. This one's brilliant as well. I love this. And again, I'm guessing you could do something similar as we talked about the other frame, cutting those elements away.
Absolutely. So a couple of these are off also the card we show you, a couple of those come from this one as well. And that lovely big sort of seaweed part that's going across the top there, or foliage part, easily snipped off. And could also go in with your normal flowers as well. It doesn't have to be under the sea.
Yeah, brilliant. Love that idea. Then you've got this gorgeous frame. I love when you get these frames with the matte and the layer.
Yes.
So cool.
Sue is very good at these. And on that frame, there is the most gorgeous sort of rope work embossed around the side of it. So if you just run an ink pad over the top of that, maybe like a brown, that'll give you a really lovely rope effect on there too. High embossed detail on that one.
Amazing. Really is. And then you've got some sentiments in here as well. Friends are like seashells. They're always unique. And then you've got Seize the Day. Love it. 55.49, 93.49. Busy across both of those. We are going to go back to, though, the stencils. Really busy on these. I'm just going to grab the packaging as well, just for the others, just so I can show you as well what they look like there, and also go through the names on these. So this one is your delicate dragonfly. Dragonfly seems to be a real trend at the moment. I'm seeing a lot of them around.
They've sort of taken a back seat for a few years, haven't they? But they're so delicate, so pretty. They need to be up front. So yeah, definitely one of the inspirations for this collection.
Then we've got Wings of Wonder. You can't have too many butterflies, can you?
Absolutely not. And again, this one's got quite a lot of floral elements to it. So if you want to colour it in or use your alcohol pens on it after you've embossed them maybe, can work really well too.
Amazing. Poppy Garden. Just gorgeous. I didn't realise poppies can be multiple colours until, I think, last year.
I'm very on the same page with you on that one. I wasn't aware of that either, but yes. And this one seems
blues and all sorts of wonderful colours.
And this one seems to have been the most popular one from the whole collection.
Really?
So far.
You've then got your cherry blossom. It's a dream of mine to go to Japan, Jamie, in March and see the cherry blossom on the trees.
I can understand that. They are beautiful.
That'd be great. And also the tulip fields as well. Perfect for this time of the year, of course. $30.99 or $49.49. So much love coming in. Hello, Jamie says, Susan, those stencils look amazing. Marsha's saying hi. Jackie says, loving this set too. Lots of you saying hello. Yeah, any questions you've got about anything creative expressions, you've got the next 50 minutes or so to get them into us, which is brilliant. Where would you like to start then, Jamie?
Okay, so what I thought I would do to begin with is on them boards, we show you how we can emboss them. And I know not everyone's used to that, so I wanted to just talk you through that quickly because I think it's a really lovely ability. Because when we look at a stencil, we think of putting the things through them. We don't think of using them as embossing folders as such or creating depth, and I think that's quite important. So I'm going to start off with our lovely tulip design. We're going to pop that onto our Gemini. So for this machine, I'm using one of the base plates. I'm going to use the Frosty plate. I'm sure it's got a better name than that, but in my world, it's the Frosty plate.
Frosty plate, I think that's good.
Yeah, I don't, does it have an official name? Can we go with Frosty
I'm a big
plate?
believer in you do you, Jamie. If that's what you call it, we'll follow you.
Frosty's the one.
Brilliant.
Then we're going to pop our stencil on. Then we're going to take any piece of card that you wish to. If this was the mirror card that you were seeing on the examples, it would be face down with the mirror. So bear in mind any colours or whatever you wish to put them face down. We're then going to add the rubber mat on top of that. And then we're going to pop our top plate on top of that one. And we're just going to send this through the machine. Now, what this will do, I'm sure they've spoke to you before about the rubber mats and the ability they have, but it's going to push the card into the apertures on the stencil and it's going to emboss it for us. And it's as simple as that. Obviously, because they're stencils, we can flip them both sides. So again, if you're looking at like the medium-sized panels or the smaller ones, and you wish to have them looking at each other, you can simply just flip it and emboss it the way you wish to have it. You could also do some deboss techniques with them as well, but when it's gone through, that's what it will create for us. So there is our embossing.
That's amazing. I think this is sometimes a technique we often forget to do with the stencils as well, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. I think it's often forgotten. When you're looking at value for money, I really like the idea that you're looking at a stencil and an embossing folder in one. Now, I would normally do this with a brayer, but just so you can see the design.
Oh, wow.
This one's a bit open for this style, so it would normally be done with a brayer. But just in case you can't quite see it on your screen, that's what we've embossed.
You
that's
could fussy
the
cut some of these if you wanted to as well.
Absolutely, yes. There's no reason why you couldn't. So if you did want to go in and cut out some of the tulip pieces, layer them up, certainly, why not? So I'm going to pop that one to one side and we're going to get on with the bit we're actually meant to be doing. Because that was all off on a tangent. This is the card that we're going to create. It's very, very simple and very, very quick, but it brings in our glossy glazes and uses them with our stencils. So I'm just going to find myself a piece of card. And we're going to start off again with our tulip design, and we're going to go for the medium size this time. Now you might wonder why you want 3. I really like making panel cards, so that gives you the ability to do that. The smaller one is a really nice accent, either if you're going to use it on the small part of the folds on the outside of your card, or if you prefer to decorate your envelopes. I often think we put a lot of work into doing the outside of our card and then forget the envelope. And I think that's quite a nice way that you could add just a piece of detail to that part if you wish.
Amazing.
So for the colour on my card, I've gone for the Fresh Air Blue, but let's go for, I love this one. This one is our Spring Mint. So this is our glossy glaze. I'm going to take the lid off so you can see inside our product. As Joe mentioned, these are 50ml jars, so you get an awful lot in here. I'm going to pick it up on top of my palette knife.
Moussey.
Well,
They look like a really nice sort of chocolate yoghurt you get from the supermarket.
That is a very good idea, actually. Yes, like a yoghurt.
They
Yes,
like
I could
that kind
go
of
with that.
consistency, aren't they?
Yeah, I always struggle for descriptive words. Like a yoghurt is certainly the right one, actually. I don't recommend you eat them.
No, please don't.
But they certainly do look good enough to do so. So we recommend with our texture pastes, and this applies to any texture paste, that you try and apply them all in one direction so that you're going to start off and just bring it down in one place. If you actually watch me throughout today, that goes out the window.
Right.
Very rarely do as I'm meant to, but it's a good little tip for you, especially if you find that you've got it sort of seeping under your stencils in any direction, any texture paste, that's a nice little tip. So with these, we can leave it exactly as you can see it, and that is absolutely fine to do so. We're going to pop this one off, just removing it as stencil tape. These are water-based, so if you can just pop your stencil into some water as quickly as possible, that will soon wash off. I'm going to be honest with you, this is something I often forget to do, and I try and just a little bit of sand, hand soap and a nail brush certainly removes it quite nicely.
Oh, wow.
If we turn that so you can see it the right way up, that's what we have created. So it's ever so simple to do. You can leave it like that.
How long do you sort of leave this to set and go off?
A lot of it depends on where you're popping it, what room. For instance, at home, I tend to pop everything into the conservatory because at the moment it's like an oven. So everything dries very quickly.
Yeah.
So it depends on A, where you're popping it, B, how thick you've applied it through your stencil. It also depends on what material you're working on too.
Right.
These will dry on acetates, they will dry on mirror cards,
dry
bits
on
like that.
acetate?
Yeah, they'll go onto non-absorbent surfaces. So if you're on one of those, it will take a little bit longer to dry. Another thing to factor in is what we do with it next. We can leave it as you see it, or we can start bringing in things like glitters, and this could be any glitter, and start just sprinkling glitter over the top of them. That will help absorb it. You might find it will dry slightly quicker. And we can literally then just tap off the excess.
Anything to note about storing these or looking after them, Jamie, once you open them?
Not particularly. You should be pretty okay. They're in an airtight container.
Yeah.
If you wanted to, we recommend this with all of our water-based products at Cosmic Shimmer, and this includes like the polishes I'll be showing later. So by polishes, I'm going to grab one so we can show you. These are our sort of polishes. We recommend with these just the same, that if you are going to store them for any length of time, just take a mister and spray into the top of them just a couple of spurts of water, and that will keep them from going dry.
Brilliant.
Anytime you take the lid off, obviously you've let the air get to them. So if you wish to with your paste, you can certainly do that too. They are water-based, it will keep them fresh. I've had mine now a couple of months and I haven't had any problems at all, so it's not something I would necessarily panic over.
Being water-based means they're extra versatile as well then?
Absolutely, yes. It also means we can strip them down by adding water to them and doing different bits to that as well. So that's our now glittery version. Different colour, added a bit of glitter, but nice for you to see that we can go off on different tangents with these as well. We're now going to bring in our pieces for our card. So I've just taken some light blue card as a base layer, and on top of it I've used one of our embossing folders and popped that through on a piece of vellum. So I've got a very soft colouring on the top. I've gone ahead and I've layered my panel already. I told you this was a quick demo, hence I could have a little bit of time to go off on tangents. And we're going to pop that onto the top here, and we're just going to try and match in our shades of blue a couple of times throughout. I've added on a little sentiment, and that really completes our card. Nothing at all complicated.
Yeah, really, really gorgeous. What a lovely, lovely card. Something you could, I think, you know, most of our crafts would be able to achieve out there at home, which is awesome. $30.99. $49.49. I'm going to quickly recap the stencils. They are going really, really quickly. If you want these, you will need to get them in your basket and check them out. I think these, it's a question of when these are going to sell out today, not if they are going to sell out. Loads of you have just added them into your baskets. There's a lot of bulging baskets over on the website at the moment. Let me take you back through the designs then. Delicate dragonflies. Remember, 3 in each of these, which is brilliant. You've got Wings of Wonder, you've also got the Poppy Gardens, Cherry Blossom, and also the Tulip Fields too. Right, we must have a little look at one of my all-time favourite Creative Expressions products. Obviously, second to the biodegradable glitter that I smother my face in when I go to music festivals, would be these. I've even got the facial adhesive as well that goes with it. Honestly, I have a lovely time at my house playing dress-ups. And that's a whole different story. Let me... It's one of those days today. I'm going to get myself in trouble today, I just know it. I really am. There's no filter today. Playing dress-ups, you know, everyone's got that box at home, they with like, you know, a couple of wigs in there and, you know, some...
I can safely say, no, I don't.
Do you not?
No, maybe I should. Maybe that's what's going wrong in life.
No. You should have seen what come this week, Jamie. I got a motorbike helmet, which is a disco ball.
Okay.
I'll show you a video. I'll put it on my Facebook. I
wanna
haven't got a
see this.
motorbike, but I've got a disco ball motorbike helmet.
I don't think you could wear it if you had a motorbike.
No.
I don't think the
No,
law would
probably not
appreciate
today.
you going down the road like a disco ball.
That'll be going in the dressed up box as well, along with the glitters. Right. Pixie powders, anyway. How do we use these? What makes these so fabulous?
So Pixie powders are brilliant. These are a dye and mica-based product. We just tap them out, mist them with some water, and they will firework off into different shades. You can use them, as I have on our boards, as single shades, or you can certainly mix them. So I tend to go up to about 5 or 6 colours on a background, depending on what I'm doing with them. You can put different techniques and things over the top of them, like bubble wraps, or the mica sits in the bubbles, or cling film or saran wrap if you're one of our American viewers. You can also stamp with them. We can paint with them by mixing them with water. We often say there's over 40 techniques you can do with Pixie
40
powders.
techniques? What else is?
Yeah, I think we've possibly added more to them now.
Wow.
These also work really well for mixing in with your pastes. So if you wish to take your pastes and make those a bit more intense and more colour, there's no reason why we can't mix these in with them as well to give them more shade.
Brilliant. I've got 3 different options for you on these. So this is your blues that you've got, which is your, oh no, these are greens I think we're looking at, aren't they? Are they the greens or the blues? With the so we've got peacock green, teal wash and aqua lagoon. It's not confusing, is it? So that's your blues with the green one in there. Then we've got an essential trio for you too. Now this one here, in there you're going to get the midnight blue. Look at that. Delicious, isn't it? Then you've got the rich gold, and then the white pearl, which is an unusual one, but I bet it's one you'll get quite a lot of use out.
Well, it's very subtle, like you can see it on your board here, so if you're looking for just a pearly finish, that's going to look lovely. Again, if you wish to lighten any of your colours, we call this a mixative colour, so if you wish to lighten down the effect you're creating, that's going to work really well. If you tap this over black card or dark blue card, it looks like lovely snow.
Wow,
as well.
Okay, they're brilliant, $10.49 and $15.99. Then the final option gives you the lava red, which is this one here, and you've also got the mango blaze. Delicious. And, ooh, that's right up my straws of that one. That's beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous, that plum twist. I think you need all 3 sets. I think
this is one of them things that if you don't get them all now, you will just collect them.
Yeah,
genuinely, you will want all of them. Our Pixies are amazing.
a lot of people are multi-ordering, going for all 3 sets, which I do not blame you at all. A couple of a bit glitchy on Facebook, I'm hearing. We are looking a bit glitchy, then you can head to our website, and on the home page of the website, you'll see the live feed there. Click it there, or head over to YouTube, Crafters Companion over on YouTube. We are going to, I believe, would you mind, James, if we went back to the stencils again?
Not
They're just
at all.
so busy at the moment. So many people are going for them. We'll
Not
cram
at
as
all.
many demos in before they sell out, I think.
That's brilliant. So this is the one that we're going to do next. I've been a bit naughty. I'm going to sneak in lots of things that we don't have on today's show, but I want to show you this technique because I think it's really important you know how to do it. So again, we're going to use one of our stencils. This time what we're going to do is we're going to use the poppy one, although the one on the card is the dragonfly. This is one of the beautiful things about them. We can certainly interchange them. We're going to bring in, I'm going to use a perfect medium ink pad at this point, but any clear embossing ink is absolutely fine. So if you've got Versamark, Emboss, any of them, not a problem. We're going to take the ink and we're just going to go straight over the top of the stencil. Now obviously these are the inks that you would normally be using for heat embossing. We're not going to be heat embossing at all. We literally just want to lubricate the stencil. So the next up thing that we do with it, we're going to be sticking it down onto a sticky sheet, and we don't want it to damage the stencil. We don't want it to move any of the pieces on there, or when we try to remove it, pull any bits or misshape it. That ink will just protect it, so it's going to hold where we need it to hold, but it will come away when we need it to come away. So I'm going to bring in my sheet. Now this has already been stuck down for me. This is just one of our self-adhesive sheets. We're going to start off on this one actually, because I've just taken the corner off that one. Here we go. So these are our self-adhesive double-sided sheets, so like double-sided tape, but in a big A4 sheet. And I've just cut out a little square. We're then going to take the stencil and we're going to pop this face down so that the inky side is going down onto the sticky sheet. And we're going to do this so that we have a little bit of a gap this side and a bit of a gap the other side as well. And we're going to give that a little push down. The lid that we took off, these are really good if you bring that back, and you can pop that on, and then you're not sticking to the sticky areas or to your stencil.
Perfect.
We're then going to start off with our red. So any glitters would be fine for this, but we're going to take our red, we're going to pop that down on top of the stencil. We're going to use an applicator sponge to just burnish that down into the areas that we need it to be. Going all the way across these pieces.
This looks amazing.
Yeah, I'm using our ultra fine glitters here, but honestly, any glitter this would work with. You could also, I've seen your flakes.
Oh, they're
seen the
gorgeous,
flakes
aren't
that
they?
you've got. They are amazing. You could do this technique with those
Yeah.
flakes. That would work absolutely fine. So we're going to tap that part off so that we have just the exposed area covered.
That
We're
is
going to be neat.
super fine, that glitter, isn't it?
Our glitter is actually, yeah, it's so fine that we say you can stamp over the top of it.
Wow.
So it's that delicate. We're then going to take off this top part. Now, where we've removed the stencil from, this underneath bit is still sticky.
Okay.
So again, we could bring in flakes at this point. We could bring in our
Oh, that's
pixies if we wanted
fabulous.
to. Or we could bring in any other medium. I'm just going to go for some more glitter. So this time we're going to go for silver glitter, and we're going to sprinkle that over the top. If you're at home, take a bit more time. Try not to contaminate your colours. But for speed, we're just going to sort of pop this on and show you how it's going to look.
My giddy aunt, look at that.
So it's just something you might not have seen or thought that you
Yeah.
can do with stencils. I'm going to be honest, I'd love to credit whoever I stole this from. It was something I see on Pinterest, and I couldn't track back the name many years ago. But it's a lovely technique, and one that I've personally enjoyed doing many times. And I just think it has such a striking effect.
I think it's so brilliant in craft when we're able to bring people products where they're able to create things that look like you would have had to have professionally bought them, or they've been professionally manufactured. And I think that technique, for instance, you're going to give that to someone, I think, how on earth have they managed to create that?
It looks like it's been printed like
does,
it, doesn't
doesn't
it?
it?
It looks like you've bought glitter card created in that
And I
fashion.
actually love the little bit of silver residue over the red as well. Makes
Yeah.
it kind of extra sparkly, which is
A
fabulous.
little hint there, isn't there? And again, bring in your chunkier glitters for different textures, different styles. So that's the one we're creating. I'd already done another one in prep using an iridescent glitter and some silver glitter. So again, think about playing with different colours. That's one of the beauties of a technique like this. You can really go to town with your shades. And we're going to go on to our card. So for our card, I'm going to use an 8x8 card because I do like big cards. I know a lot of our viewers are American and they tend to like smaller cards. I will be honest, I do go for the bigger cards, but you could certainly shrink this down. So we're going to do an 8x8. We've got some black, gold and cream layers. We're going to add on the gold for the middle. We're going to bring in a black panel to go on top of that. We're just going to use some glue to pop this in place. And then on top of that one, oh, I've already done it. I will use the silver one. Let's bring in the silver one. We'll bring this one on. We'll pop that in place instead. We'll go for that on there. And then you could just add a little word to the side. I've got a little bit of red there that I'm not too keen on, so we could pop that over the top there. And that would complete our silver version. I'd already gone ahead and done a gold and silver version. And then we've got the red and silver version, or the original white and gold. So as you can see, just from them samples, there's quite a lot of options for these, and all of your stencils would work in the same way.
Incredible, absolutely incredible. Let me again share with you the designs that you are getting in there. Really, really cool. So delicate dragonflies, wings of wonder, poppy garden, cherry blossom, and also the tulip fields. £30.99, £49.49. They're available individually, but you get a great discount when you get them all together, which is brilliant. Talking about cherry blossom, Lisa Glenn says, Joe, go to Okinawa in Japan. The cherry blossoms start there the day before they get up to the mainland. I don't think I could go to Okinawa. Can I confess why? Because a few years ago, I took part in a diet program, Jamie, and they put me onto the Okinawan diet.
I've never heard
And the people
of
of
this.
Okinawa are the longest lived people in the world in
right.
Okinawa. I don't know if they live any longer or they're just really bored eating the food that I had to eat for the 3 months I had to eat it. And also, I say it's a bit of a false economy because the amount of time they must spend preparing the food kind of offsets the amount they live longer. I don't know. Who am I to say?
Was there a lot of effort going to the food?
Sorry?
Was there a lot of effort going to making
It
the
was
food?
a lot of sort of, yeah, it was like miso soup for breakfast.
Oh.
There wasn't much of anything, to be honest.
Oh.
But yeah, I could go. I did it for 3 months, on and off.
Was it successful?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. It was on a Channel 4 show called How to Lose Weight Well. It's still online somewhere. You can find it, I'm sure, 4OD. But yeah, touchy subject, Lisa. They would be lovely in a frame for home decor. They would, Alison, yes. Pam says, what gorgeous colours. Sarah Kay says, I love the reveal of the texture paste. Alison is loving the stencils, as is Marsha. Susan says, beautiful cards, Jamie. I love the seasonal take on the stencils with the tulips. Honestly, you're causing quite a furore online, Jamie.
Thank you very much. It's very nice of you.
Pammy loves the Pixie powders. Very clever with the self-adhesive, she says, as well. Karen Fisher says that's a new technique for me with the adhesive sheet. So thank you for that.
Brilliant.
Adriana says, great technique, I've never seen this. And Susan says, thank you, Jamie. The techniques are always fabulous.
Oh, that's very nice of you. Thank you.
We're going to go back and we're going to have a look now at the glossy glaze. I kind of want to lick it, I won't lie. Do you not think it looks like... When you sort of you get a scoop of ice cream in a shop and it sort of breaks off, and then you get that beautiful bit on the end, or it just looks delicious.
I don't know if we can encourage this.
No, you're not allowed to lick it. Absolutely, do not lick it. It's not edible in any way whatsoever. Let me take you through the colours you've got then. So you have got in here the inspired lilac, the honeydew melon, the daydream yellow, fresh air blue. This one here is the spring mint. And you're also going to get the blush pink as well. So you get all 6 of them for that price. These are going very quickly. Over a fifth of the stock now gone on these. $26.99, $40.49 if you want to get your hands on those. I haven't smelt them yet. Oh, it smells.
Again, not recommended.
The smelling or the licking? I didn't lick it.
You're very naughty, aren't you?
I am. Don't smell them, don't lick them. I mean, you basically ruined all my fun, Jamie. Can't lick it, can't smell it. That's it, we'll leave it there. Right, let's go back to the Merman, the Underwater Life. Let me share with you some of what you can to be able to create with these. These are brilliant, Jamie, aren't they? I mean, I just think they give you a really distinct style of card, which I really love about it.
I'm going to be honest as well. When a lot of the samples you're going to see today are done by me. There's quite a few by the design team and by Sue, but like for instance, the one Joe had first of all was done by me. I went quite dark with these, quite manly. I think they're quite nice for the sort of manly theme. Sue's gone very beachy with hers, which is lovely. There's no, much more summery, I should say. One of our design team, I'm going to try. I think it's Karen McBride, if I remember rightly. We haven't got her samples here.
Oh, okay.
But they're on my Facebook page, you can see them. She's gone very childish with them, gone very aerial, very bright colours. So again, it's down to how you're going to interpret this collection.
I think you could get quite almost like Grecian with them as well, and quite
very good.
What's the word I'm looking for? There's a better word, isn't there?
I know the style you mean,
the style
and that would certainly work.
Ancient Greece and the
mythological.
Mythical. Yeah. Glad we both got there in the end.
If you look to me for help, we're in the wrong place.
Dragging each other over the line there.
Myth something.
I'll take you back through them. Then you got Neptune, because Neptune was the god of the sea, I think, wasn't he?
Yes. I'll go with that.
That's him there with his dagger and a dolphin. I want to put the crown on the dolphin. I don't know why.
It's possibly because you've been sniffing the products. This is what is not recommended.
Do not sniff the products. Aquatic plants is this one just here as well. And then you've got that gorgeous frame in there. And also then you're going to get the sentiments as well, which is brilliant. There's sort of 2 different sets in this style. The next one we've got is this one here. I don't know if I showed you any samples of this one earlier, but I'm going to now. I love this. In the gold mirror, isn't that glamorous?
So a little bit of vellum behind it, and then just a stencil, and through the stencil, that's been used with our Pixie powders that we've got on today's show.
Amazing. I love this here.
That's gorgeous, isn't it?
Is that a watercolour that's been done on there?
It will tell us on the back. I didn't make
It's a
that one. I
Cosmic
believe
Shimmer
that-
Shimmer Shakers.
Yes, so again, these are, so you could achieve a very similar effect with our Pixie powders. Shimmer Shakers are a single colour in a bottle, Pixie powders are multiple colours in a bottle.
Okay.
But if you tap them out and use them with water to create a paint, you could certainly achieve similar ideas to the background on that one.
Amazing. So you've got that one there. This one is gorgeous.
That's
as well.
cute, isn't it?
Yeah, so cute. Been sort of, not paper piece, but sort of paper overlaid almost in different colours, and I think that gives you a wonderful look and feel. This, whoever's made this, oh, this is you, Jamie, of course.
That's
it is.
me.
Look at that. I love it.
I didn't put anything in it. It looks like it is a shaker element, so it certainly can do. There's nothing in there. I see the little shake.
I don't
to
want
find
to
the item.
shake it.
There's no shake in there, but you certainly could do if you wanted to. But just in that little scene, it brings in our lovely fish and our little floral bits, and you've also got the paper pad by Sue that we should have on today's shop as well.
Yes, we've got that over on the website. Do go check that out. That one there as well. Another one of Jamie's. Absolutely glorious. Really,
Thank
really is.
you.
And then this one here as well. Nice to see them used on a smaller card as well. I don't think we see a lot of smaller cards.
Not from
around
me.
at the moment. It's
That
the
is
bigger,
mine.
The bigger the better for
Yeah,
you, isn't it?
yeah. My favourite card sizes are 10 by 7 inches. They're the ones that go through the most. They're big old cards.
Apparently it's a trident and not a dagger.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Joe, it's a trident, not a dagger. Don't upset Neptune. I'll try not to, Sarah. I might get cancelled. Diane says it's trident, not dagger, Joe. Okay. Thank you very much. Can we see how the Pixie powders work? I think we're going to see Pixie powders a bit later, aren't we?
That is the plan.
Yes, so
Yes.
you join us at 3 p.m. in the UK, 10 a.m. East Coast time. Myself and Jamie are back for another hour then, and that's when you'll get to see the Pixie powders. Very busy on the stencil still, and very busy on these dies by Sue as well. And I believe this is what we're going to have a look at next, is it?
So yeah, we're going to play around with the Sue dies. This
Amazing.
is our frame. I'm also going to bring in our polishes as well for this one to give you a bit of an idea of how to use them. So we're going to use the polish, and we're going to start off with our lovely enchanted gold. If you haven't seen our Cosmic Shimmer polishes, these are amazing. In each jar or in each setup, you have your applicator actually built into the lid of the product. So you can literally just pop that out. We can unscrew the top. This makes a lovely little station for you to keep your applicator on, so it's not rolling around your table, or you don't lose it, which is quite handy. And then on the inside, we actually have our product. Now, with these, the trick here is to build up a small ramp on the side of the jar, so you just get the smallest amount going over the tip of your applicator. And I'm doing it again, I'm going off on tangents. I'm going to bring in a couple of pieces of embossed card, because it's not what we're going to do with them, but I think it's important you see it. I'm going to take off the excess, and we're just going to brush over the top of the embossing. So this is just an ordinary 3D folder, but we can see now that we can just kiss the top of the embossing and end up with that really subtle effect. And this, of course, is on black card, and it's still coming up. If we was to also do it on the white card too, we're just going to get a really nice subtle pearl finish. All of the colours work in the same way. These are again a water-based product, so if you wish to hook them out and paint with them, you can do. If you wish to hook them out and mix in a little bit of Pixies to colour them in a different way, you can do that as well. What we're going to do with them is we're going to take our frame, we're going to stick with just having a small amount on our applicator, and we're going to brush this over the top of our die cut. So again, cut out of black cardstock, straight over the top, giving a very vintage effect, which I quite like, a bit antique-y.
Really cool.
We're just going to keep going. We'll just do half of it. Oh, actually, we're going to have to do some of the leaves, because the leaves, I think, look amazing. These leaves have got a really nice, like, embossed edge to them. And when you take the polishes over them, that really shows up nicely. One of the things Sue's also quite good at doing is leaving little areas for you to add pearls or gems. Perfect. So we've got these little, like, air bubbles going up throughout the design, but if you want placement for pearls or gems, that's the perfect place to pop them on.
Amazing. What colour was this you're using here, Joe?
So this is the enchanted gold.
Brilliant. So we've actually got that over on the website. I don't have the details for it on screen, but I believe you're getting it with the ocean teal, the coral sands, and the enchanted gold. So it'll be over on the shop the show section of the website. You will have to search for Cosmic Shimmer polish, and it will be there.
Now make sure this is dry, and then bring in your alcohol markers. I'm in the home of alcohol markers, aren't I really? Spectrum Noir, we've got so many different types, and I've very cheekily bought some very old ones from my own stash. But obviously we have loads on the Crafters Companion website you could be using. Just go straight over the top of wherever you've coloured with your lovely polish, and the alcohol ink will sit on top of it and bring in that colour for you.
Oh, wow.
So whatever you wish to add colour to, just add on. And that gold will give you the base. And then of course you've got the nice black underneath it. So we're going to stick to a vintage tone, but even if we wish to go in and colour, let's go for this lovely element here. We'll pop some red onto that one. And any brand of alcohol markers would be fine for this or any style. So if you've got some in your collection already, it's just a case of using them. We'll do a nice orange shell, and we don't have to be too particular about this either. You can see I'm just sort of throwing the colour down, quite happy wherever it lands. We'll add in a bit of purple going into this piece of coral behind it. And again, we're going to keep quite vintage.
I would never think to put an alcohol marker over a product like this, but it really does work, doesn't it?
It's one of the nice bits is they're obviously, they dry very quickly, and it will just give you that sort of hint of colour. Reminds me a bit of like, well, it depends on what you're doing this to, but you can do this over your stencils as well, which is quite nice. If you emboss your stencils in black and then put the polish over and then colour, that looks really nice. And it gives you a bit of a Thomas Kincaid-y style finish to them, to me, because you've got that sort of light popping through. If you then go back to your polish, if you wish to, you don't have to, but you can then bring your polish in and layer a little bit more over the top. And then you've got that golden hue again. So we've got the gold, we've got the black, we've got your colours of your alcohol markers. It's all going to hopefully pull together.
It all just looks a bit sandy though, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, again, the gold hint is going to work for you on that one. We'll hold that up so you can see it and see the light on it, because that's really when the magic happens. And bear in mind, we started off with just black card. You know, there was nothing on there. It's the polish that's given us that shimmer. It's the polish that's given us that colour, other than obviously your tones from your alcohol markers.
Incredible.
So I'm going to jump ahead. I've got one of these already done, already layered, ready to go. And I'm going to bring in a frame to pop on top of it, so that this is ready to work with. You can see I've taken advantage of the little placements that Sue's left us on the die and added in some little gold pearls. So again, if you do wish to add more to them, no reason why we can't. I'm going to pop that over the top, so that's roughly in the middle. I always say roughly because it's never a guarantee. And then we'll bring in our card layers. So again, we're just going to stick to a black and white colour scheme for our layers. So we've got our card, black, white, and then we're going to go white and black for the layers to go on top of that. We're then going to bring in our frame, and we're going to pop that on the top.
Can you use polish through the stencils?
Absolutely. One of the good ways to do that is with a stipple brush, because it's a bit finer than the applicator. Again, although they come with an applicator, never believe that you can only use them with that. If you want to use them with a palette knife and use it as a texture paste for your stencils, you can do that. Or if you just wish to get a subtle effect, a stipple brush is grand. Or if you wish to hook it out, mix some water with it, you could literally paint through your stencils. So yeah, loads of options for using your polishes with those as well. Amazing. And that completes the card. Very simple, very easy, and something you could spend a bit more time on if you wanted to.
Amazing. Okay, very busy still on those dies. Lots of you finding those metallic polishes as well over on the website. $55.49, $93.49 to grab a hold of those dies. 30 in that collection as well, so you're getting lots in there. I am going to give you an opportunity to check out your basket, so whilst you do that, here's some of the fun stuff we like to get up to here at Crafters TV.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours.
I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us. You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day. Quick Buy. All your crafting must-haves in a flash. Make light work of intricate and delicate die-cutting designs with the Pokey tool from Crafter's Companion. An absolute essential part of any paper crafter's kit, its precise tip has been designed to release the tiniest pieces to reveal your finished results with absolute precision. And to make sure your finished project is perfect, each Pokey tool has a rubber tip protector, so there's no risk of damaging your die-cutting design or yourself. The Crafter's Companion Pokey tool is such an essential craft item, we've included 2 in each set. Quick buy. Get yours now.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Very, very busy. Lots of you checking out there under that last piece of video. I must remind you, we're a quarter gone now on the stencils, and there are a lot of these sat in baskets at the moment. I'm going to remind you of what you are getting the delicate dragonflies, the wings of wonder, poppy garden. You've also got the cherry blossom, and you'll get the tulip fields in there too. $30.99 or $49.49. if you want to get a hold of those, which is excellent. Right, we're going to go back to Jamie. I believe we are staying under the sea, is that right? Brilliant.
Certainly are. So we're going to bring in some of our fish and some of our lovely foliage parts. And we're also going to be using our lunar paste as well, which we have on today's show for you.
Brilliant.
So the first thing we're going to do is the background behind our oval. And we're going to bring out our lunar paste. Now, lunar paste is a texture paste. It's another one of our ones that we bring you from Cosmic Shimmer. You're going to notice an awful lot of sparkle with this one because it's got large chunks of mica in here, which is the bit that really darts.
I'm going to ask you this question, and I might be, you know, you might be like, oh, why have you asked me that? What is the difference between mica and glitter? Do you know?
I think it's where it comes from, to be honest, and I'm probably going to look a right idiot. Yeah. But I have a feeling that glitter was made of glass originally, then it went to a plastic formulation. And mica is actually its own product, is how I understand it. But I believe it's bought in and broke down and sort of mined in its own way from my very basic understanding.
Yeah, I've always wondered. I'll have a little look between shows. I'm going to Google it.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So we're going to use our mica and our texture. We're going to bring it out with a palette knife. We're going to pop it on top of our die cut. We could be doing this on a larger sheet if we wish to. We're going to bring in a brayer and we're going to use our texture paste with the brayer to just go across the sheet. Now this is what I like to show you with texture pastes. They don't have to just be used for a stencil to give you depth. If we do use them with something like a brayer, for instance, or a paintbrush or a stipple brush, you're going to end up with a really nice flat coverage as well. And it just means we don't have to go and buy fancy card. It's going to create it for us. We can use our base card and work with it. Now this one's bowed a little bit because it's got moisture in our texture paste, so it will dry flat. If you're working on it and you want to do more to it at this stage, just mist it on the reverse with some water and it will go down flat again. I don't actually need it, so it's not a problem at this point, but it's a nice way for you to see it. The colour I used, by the way, was the Moonlight Rose, which is our lovely pink shading. We're going to go for, and I'm trying to remember the colour names, I'm going to have to check. We're going to use our Moonlight Sea on the card. So we'll pop that out of the way and leave it to dry. Once it's dry, a bit like the glossy glaze texture paste we've been talking about, you can actually die cut out of that as well. So if you wanted to do more to it, put it for an embossing folder, die cut it, there's no reason why you can't. So it's just a really lovely medium to work with in that sense. For my frame, I've bought in another oval set. I've cut the middle out already, so it is an open frame. And we're going to start bringing in some of our components. Actually, the bit we haven't done, getting ahead of myself now, I spoke about the components. So we have our lovely bottle, and this is a really nice die set because it's a message in a bottle. So there's some wording, there's a little scroll that you can put in the middle, which also works really nice for graduations. And you also get the bottle element itself. We're going to bring in some of our lovely under the sea foliage. And we've got these lovely big grass parts as well, so we're going to bring these in too, and we're going to look at one of the little fishies. Now, again, I know that Spectrum Noir and Crafters Companion have lots of different inks, so feel free to use those. I've just brought with me some distress inks, so you can see that we can go over the top of these and just add in some colour. We've bought for you on today's show the craft card, which is what I'm working on top of, and I think it's really nice that you see when you add a bit of colour on top of craft card, the craft card will still shine through, and again you get that sort of vintage feel to it or effect to it.
We've got answer. Well, of course, our crafters were going to answer the question for us. Right,
Oh,
Jamie?
good. Thank goodness.
Mica is a type of mineral compound, apparently.
Yeah.
So it's a natural product.
Second time, Joe.
There
We
you
was
go.
on the right path-ish.
We were on the right path, absolutely. We were. We'll get each other there, don't worry.
Path-ish. We like the goodies, we don't need to know the science. Is
Yeah,
sort of, yeah,
as long as it
yeah.
looks pretty, that's what matters, really, isn't it?
Yeah, as long as it's pretty and we like it. And then we're going to go in for our fish, and we're going to add in a nice little purple tonage to this one. This is some seedless preserves from our Distress family. But again, any inks would work. These are just a dye ink I'm adding to the top. And a bit like we did with the alcohol markers, we're going to bring in our polish. And again, we're going to load up our applicator. So we've just got a small amount on here, and we're going to go over the top of our fish just to highlight the details. And then we're going to go over the grasses to match in. Pop a little bit down there, and we'll do a small amount on our bottle. Just again adding in this nice sort of golden halo to them, or little golden element. And we could do the same with our little foliage pieces too if we wish to. So we've got a few bits here to build up, and then we can start building up our frame. So we're going to bring in our oval, I'm going to bring in these bits, and I've already put my foam tape in place. So I'm going to start placing these going around the sides here. I've got a few that have already been done earlier. I've got a lovely little bottle that I've already trimmed down, so it's half the size. I'm going to pop that, come in maybe from down here towards the base of the scene. I'm going to add in a couple more foliage pieces around this side. I'm going to add in some of these nice long grass pieces so that we've got somewhere for our fish to weave through. And add in another one. So this is the sort of thing that you could keep me just playing with for hours. So we'll add that one in down there, and then we'll turn that part over. I'm going to tuck our foam tape back under that piece, and we're going to bring in an oval that I've already done, which is dry.
That is really cool.
I'm going to put that on top. So even though we've got the mica in the background, the lovely pearl finish that's coming through on top of the craft card really just brings our tones together, and it looks quite pretty, hopefully.
Really cool.
And your mica's going to dance nicely. So then we can bring in some fish. We have a couple of little fishies here. We've got a seahorse as well, if I can separate them. Here we go. And we're going to use some...
We're not allowed to talk about seahorses anymore on Crafters TV.
Why? What's
Me and Leanne
happened?
got ourselves in all sorts of bother one day, so we sort of avoid the topic of seahorses.
I need to know about this, I feel.
I'll
Is this
tell
an
you after the
off-air
show.
chat?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't
Also,
want...
not allowed to talk about hamsters either. Seahorses, no hamsters. That's the way it goes.
The mind boggles
It does.
slightly.
I'll tell you all
doesn't
about it after the show.
To be fair, the mind boggles. Okay, and then we're going to use one of our missing you sentiments, and I'm just going to leave this in our craft card colouring, and we're going to pop that in the top of the oval, just up here, leaving that to settle for a second. And that's going to complete our scene. This is one of them things that when you're at home, you're going to have more time to play around. You can add in more fish. You can add in like the little stars I have on the finished card, pieces like that.
It's almost
So
like
just
looking through a little porthole in a bottomless boat, isn't it?
exactly that, yes. And you could dress the frame up to look a bit more like that if you wanted to by adding studs to it, or maybe cutting it out of gold instead if you wanted to really go for that sort of style. And then we're going to pop that on the card. And on my finished one, I've added in a ribbon, but you don't want to watch me tie ribbons, that takes a while. So we'll stand up the finished completed one so you can see how it would look if we had a ribbon on the edge as well. But again, feel free to add in more. On the completed one, there's a little pearl and a little star and bits like that as well.
Absolutely brilliant they are. The lunar pastes, we have the lunar pastes available. Are they on the show or on the website? Brilliant, you'll find them over on the website. You can see here, you'll get the Moonlight Silver, the Moonlight Rose and the Moonlight Sea. They are absolutely glorious, they really are. Right, should we get the demo of the show vote underway? Now, Craig gave me his cards, and if I can't find them, he is going to string me up. I found them, don't worry. Here they are. So let's go with Craig's. Number 1 is Craig's. Number 2 is Craig's. And then we have Jamie's as well. So Jamie's will be number 3.
So we'll go with the ones that I'd completed to begin with, which is a bit of a cheat because they didn't quite end up like this. But we'll go with that one being number 3. Our texture paste one being number 4. Under the sea frame being number 5, and our last one being number 6.
Brilliant. Get your vote in then. Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion over on YouTube. Let me take you back through this one. Have I got the wrong one, Johnny? This one here is your... This is the one with Neptune in it that I've got just here. Brilliant. So again, look at those glorious projects you can make. I absolutely love this, and I think as we touched on, Jamie, we're saying, you know, you can take the underwater sort of theme into different styles, can't you? Which is excellent.
I think one of your viewers mentioned how the stencils was home decor.
Yeah.
To me, these would be really lovely in bathrooms, in your frames. I also feel kids' birthday party invitations could be quite nice. Or if they're into pirates, possibly going down the pirate theme or something of the undersea. So yeah, exactly. There's a lot of ways you could take these. You've got the elements here to really set you off on a lot of different tangents, crafty-wise.
Absolutely fabulous. They really are. Think about doing some box frames, getting some actual seashells and stuff.
Lovely idea.
Up, you know, and popping those in there. You're going to get the sentiments in there too. $49.49, $85.99 if you want to get your hands on those. We do have a second option along the same sort of theme, which I'm going to share with you right now. I absolutely love it. I know what you mean now about the embossed rope work on there. It's absolutely gorgeous.
It's lovely, isn't it? And you could even snip that about a bit. There is a sample somewhere where I've sort of cut the frame in half and used it as different pieces. The anchors and the other pieces are easy to cut out. Like this sample, you can layer them with your different colours. So many ways you can play around with them if you want to.
Really beautiful. I love it with these in as well, these fronts that have been put in there. Such a clever way of using it. Let me show you exactly what you're getting included then in there, which is this gorgeous selection just here. So you've got your sentiments in here first. So you've got Seize the Day, which is this one here, and also this one which says, friends are like seashells, they are all unique. You don't. It's a good job with some of my friends. It's a good job when there's not more than one. You are my anchor. I love that. What a great name.
Sue's so clever with her little wordings and phrases to fit in with the themes. They work so well.
Waves, so cute, so cute. Under the sea creatures in there, they are brilliant, and these would look great in little pop-up boxes, I think, as well. These, you know, if you wanted to sort of have them in those little exploding boxes.
Yeah, or on acetate sort of wobblers as well. That would be a really good idea for these to give you a bit more dimension.
Imagine doing a little underwater penny slider with them, maybe as well.
Oh, that'd be good. Yeah, watching the turtle sort of go down the Nemo sort of track. Yeah, that could work well.
That could be really fun. And then also you've got the scuba diver in there as well, which is awesome. So much love coming in for you on the in the comments. Pam says, loving the lunar pace. Adriana says, happy Cinco de Mayo. Happy Cinco de Mayo to all of our US friends. She's married, Adriana says, is married to narrow down from one of her 500 Mexican shirts, which one she's going to wear today for the celebrations. Love that. Demo of the show was number 6. Which was your last demo, wasn't it?
Was it? Yes, it must be. Yeah, I think we ended on 6.
I believe it was.
Yeah, lovely.
I love it. We just looked at each other and both went...
I don't think we make a good pair, Joe.
Well, we have
They're
fun.
very brave leaving us to this.
Fun.
But yeah, that's the one. That was 6. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you for voting on it. Thank you.
Yes, we'll pop that up to the shelf. Maybe I think it's time we got you on the board, Jamie. I really do.
Oh, bless you.
Joanne says you could also use a rectangular die and make an aquarium card for someone who has fish.
Perfect idea.
Love that. Oh, glossy highlights on there as well would look gorgeous, wouldn't it, with these under the water themes. Right, the stencils, which are just here, these are now a quarter of the stock gone. Very, very busy on these. You've got the delicate dragonflies, you've got the wings of wonder, the poppy garden, the cherry blossom, and also the tulip fields in there too. I love that we're still able to bring you club inspired discounts on other brands that we love and bring to you here at Crafter TV. So platinum members under £25, that's £5 a stencil, which is amazing value, or $39.59. Jamie, we will be seeing you at 3 p.m, won't we? What can we expect from that next airing?
Well, we've got some Pixies that we're going to be talking about. There's a couple more cosmic items we'll bring in, more stencil techniques hopefully, and of course more under the sea. We can't ignore that. They're lovely.
Amazing. Make sure you join us for that. It's going to be incredible. Remember what else is happening throughout the rest of the day. So 2 p.m, I'll be back with Craig. It's 2 p.m. here in the UK, 9 a.m. East Coast. We're going to be looking again at these awesome apertures, the brand new apertures that have just launched today. Very busy on those in the first part of this wake up call. You're going to see loads more techniques as well over the next couple of hours, which is brilliant. And then a little bit later, all the products now live though for Cartload. So that'll be coming up at 6 p.m. here in the UK, which is 1 o'clock East Coast, 10 a.m. West Coast. Jamie, you're going to be here for the first hour. Oh, nice. So 6 till 7 will be Jamie, which is 1 till 2, 10 till 11. And then from 7 p.m. Till 9 p.m, all bets are off. It'll be me and Craig going wild in the aisles. So that'll be loads of fun. Make sure you join us for that. Right, don't forget to check out your baskets, and I will see you back here in 1 hour's time. Bye-bye now.